28th of January 2013, a day so many people have been waiting for. HS2 Phase 2 is announced. The centre of operations for Stop HS2 is a small village just inside the North Warwickshire border. Birchmoor is invaded by the news media. The small St John's Mission Hall sees frantic activity as those from various groups opposed to HS2 download and start to dissect the details.
131, 132. Yes, what we're doing is downloading all the maps that have been published today by HS2 Limited in order to check what the impact is locally, but also to get a measure of where the route goes and some of the claims that are being made for it. And to give you an example of what we'll be checking today is that the government claims that over 50% of the southerly route from London to Birmingham is in cuttings. But when we inquired what a cutting meant, it's actually the minimum measure is 1 metre below ground level. So that's duplicitous, and it's for those sorts of issues that now we're going to be looking in great detail at the various maps. All right, we're just cross-checking that.
Hello, is that Sonia?
Many of those present were busy taking calls on their mobiles from the various hosts of radio stations covering the Phase 2 announcement.
People who will be using it are not the businessmen of today.
The news crews are now arriving. In all, there was coverage from National BBC, National ITV, Sky News and Channel 5. Here you see ITV interviewing several of those whose lives have already been blighted by HS2.
By flooding, by pollution, all sorts of issues that can happen. Then the wildlife has access to another compatible site within range. And if that site is
Denise from Channel 5 is seen here discussing details with Helen on the right.
And then John, he's going to go through his back garden.
Sky News is seen here interviewing Angela Baines, one of the main figures in fighting HS2, while others are being interviewed by the BBC.
What's your view on that? My view is that
The main news at 1 o'clock, and it's all systems go as Sky News, Channel 5 and the BBC beam their reports live to the waiting public.
Well, Sean, the picture here in this village is being mirrored across the country as people try and work out exactly where the proposed route is going and the impact it will have on their lives. Here in this village, the M42 motorway will actually move closer to the village during construction as a temporary measure. That's causing real concern. But as you can see here, plenty of people looking at maps, trying to work out the impact it will have on their lives. Let's bring in Angela, who lives here. Angela, just describe to me, the government is saying, talking about the economic benefit of this, but here there's a real concern about the environmental cost.
There is. I mean, I think the government's economic benefits are far from certain, really. The environmental cost and the community impact is going to be huge right up and down the line. Communities are going to be living with years and years of building work, of uncertainty for families of any age, young children, older people. They may find themselves at a time when they want to move, and this is something that during the uncertainty that HS2 causes is really going to make problems for people with that. The environmental impacts are huge also in terms of land use, food security, water security and things like that. There's lots of things which haven't been brought into the picture.
Angela, thank you very much. And the concern is here that although these plans won't come to fruition for many years, they will hang over, that worry will hang over the next generation.
Louise, thank you, Louise Hubble in Birchmoor.